Good morning, humanity. Good morning, humanity. It's June 25th, 2018, and you are Mondays with Bev and Paul, believe it or not. And my name's Paul.
And my name's Bev.
And hi. So, hopefully, we've got our little video figured out here a little bit. Not as much fuzz on the hair.
Yeah.
I think we're getting better, the lighting and trying to do all that. So, hi, everybody. Welcome. We're going to have a great show today.
Yeah.
Aren't we?
I think.
Yes, we have a great question today. Are there language barriers in learning BioTouch?
That's a very interesting question.
We're going to really jump around on that one.
Yeah.
But these Monday shows are to teach you BioTouch. We really want you to learn BioTouch. We want you to get out there and do it. Yeah. And it's also about highlighting a part of our manual or our book.
Always, huh? Yeah. And except maybe today. But, just really engaging in a communication with you. Just send us some questions. We'd like to hear if you have any questions, we'd be happy to address those. Just questions, communication with us. And then, of course, we're always wanting to let you know what's going on with our certified practitioners.
Which we have two things that happened this past weekend.
Yeah.
Michaela in Germany had two or three workshops.
Right.
And we haven't heard from her yet.
Nope.
And next week, Elizabeth in Mexico, Aguas Caliente, I think it's called. She's an instructor down there, and she has a class coming up.
Oh, that's great.
Next weekend.
I'm excited for both of them. Yeah.
So we did a presentation Wednesday.
I did. You did. You did, and you did amazing.
Really?
You're quite the storyteller, I must say.
Yeah, and that's really what it is. I mean, I get up there and I'm just telling a story.
You are. And somebody said, wow, he said some things that I've never heard him say before. And I said, well, isn't that what a storyteller is? It's always evolving.
It was funny. I was watching a Netflix thing with Jerry Seinfeld and just lost his name. He was the Tonight Show. What was his name? Anyhow, and they were talking about being comedians, and it was really funny because I just kept thinking, and comedians, it's a show, it's their life, it's what they do. It's not a trouble to them every night to do a show.
No.
And it's like that's what happens when I want to talk about BioTouch. It's just like I'm on stage. I really like that, but what I like more is just interacting with people and watching people interact with one another. Right. And we had a great time.
You're sharing your passion.
Yeah.
You're sharing your life.
And people become passionate with it. So we had a great time. That was at the Arizona Wellness Alliance.
Yeah. That was a great presentation.
Yeah. So the reverberations, I think, will continue to go on.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a class this past weekend. Tell us about that. They are.
Practitioner Training class. Yes. And at the end of that weekend, you have the whole technique. And Foundation considers you a practitioner of BioTouch. Totally effective. Yeah.
So that was a great class. We had Camry on the left. She was a massage therapist. Perry, who's already taken the class before 12 years ago.
A refresher.
He's now retired and wants to put in some time at the center. Right. We have Eileen from Dove Mountain. She learned from Sandy, our certified practitioner up there.
Oh, lovely. That's great.
And Karolina, we're going to talk a lot about her. That was great. She did not speak English.
Right.
So that was definitely an opportunity for us. That came up. That's why we came up with the thing about the language barriers.
Yes.
So what we'd like to do is also read to you. They all wrote a little testimonial about it. So let's do Eileen's first.
Yeah, okay.
She used to be a farmer. She's a retired pharmacist.
Right.
And we're going to share with you some of what she really got excited about with Karolina's testimonial.
So Eileen said in her testimonial, I love the idea of keeping it simple. My background in medicine will help enhance my extra work of BioTouch, as will my background as a medical intuitive. After I closed my pharmacy, I became very depressed that I no longer had that love connection with my community. I'm now hopeful for the future, not only for my own increased health and vitality, but my connection with others.
That was amazing.
That's a great testimonial. Thank you, Eileen.
And in the middle, Camry, she's in the middle picture there. She's a massage therapist.
Right. And Camry wrote, it sounds unreal and amazing how effective and easy to perform BioTouch. It's very beneficial, and hearing about other people's experiences is incredible. I hope to use BioTouch to help the people in my life.
So those were two of them. And Camry just sort of found us doing searches on the internet.
Right. She was looking for CEs.
Oh.
Yeah.
And just found us. So we must be doing something, right?
I know, because you said, well, did we pop up? Oh, yeah, you just popped right up on Google.
So if you know any massage therapists out there, we have a great class that's probably the cheapest thing in the country.
It's great.
For $60, you get 10 CE credits. So, and then what happened was I got this message. Somebody wanted to friend me on Facebook. And I'm like, I don't know this person. And it turns out she was a friend of a woman, Elena, who was a practitioner here, still is a practitioner of BioTouch. So I thought, well, what the heck, and this was Friday.
Right.
So I clicked friend her. Next thing is I get a message. And the question was, do you speak Spanish? And it was in Spanish. And I at least knew that. I went, no, I don't speak Spanish. So anyhow, her husband gets on and he starts typing. And it turns out she's a massage therapist. Elena told her about it. And she wants to take the class. And I said, sure, come on in, And then I said to the husband, I said, well, you should come too. But he had to work that day. So anyhow, she came in. And let's see, where is she here? There she is on the left. And we're going to read her little testimonial before we talk about
what happened
with her experiences.
So Karolina wrote, I really liked learning this BioTouch therapy because I learned more the exact points for pain in order to help my neighbor and especially my son Angel, who has diabetes type 1. Also, I like the atmosphere very much with all of the teachers and companions. I love that word, companion. That was sweet. And although I did not try to speak or write the English, I learned a lot because Paul, the teacher, gave me the theory in Spanish from the website and tried to speak in Spanish. I felt very comfortable. Thank you so much.
So it was amazing having her there. And what we learned about the language barrier and BioTouch was, so we did the first day of the class, right? Yeah. And we were able to give her pieces of the website. We gave her a little tablet. We actually had her talk to Elizabeth in Mexico via the website.
Yep.
Through a messenger app or something like that. And they were talking. Elizabeth said, well, all you have to do is put the ear things in, which we didn't have, and then she could translate it, sort of like being at the UN.
I know.
So,
that would be cool.
So, we started immediately with just trying to have her see a few things. But the first day, we went into those rooms and practiced the points, and we realized there is no language. There's just these pictures and points.
Right.
And so she goes home that first night, and she works on her son, and she comes back the next day, and she typed in one of those translators about what happened that evening with her son, Angel.
Huh.
And
that was quite a testimony, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. He had 108 count blood sugar, and she gave him 2 shots. And basically within 2 hours, it went down to 60, which never happens just with the shots. And the interesting thing about that was Eileen, who's a pharmacist and used to do diabetic
Right.
counseling.
I know. Wow, that was pretty wild when I found that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said that was unheard of to her.
Now you said she gave him 2 shots.
And the BioTouch.
And BioTouch.
Yeah. And the BioTouch. Yeah.
Right.
So she did the BioTouch first. Gave him the 2 shots. And within those 2 hours, it had dropped almost in half.
So as we know, BioTouch can only enhance. And we always encourage, you use BioTouch integratively with anything else. So, yeah, that's cool.
So then we do the second day, and we did, even with the research, we had it where the website gets translated into Spanish. It's not really good, but it's understandable. Right. It was understandable for her.
Yeah.
So
great.
At the end of it, when we had this picture, there's the picture there. Her husband shows up with her son, and I forgot to post the picture here. It's on our Facebook page if you want to see it.
Yes.
But why don't you tell us what her husband asked?
Yeah, it was very interesting. So, what a lovely family, by the way. I mean, anyway, they came in. I've never seen anybody so excited to get one of our certificates. I really haven't. And he came in to share, and her son to share in her happiness, really, is what was going on. And so he says to me, how did you guys manage to teach her this whole technique this weekend? I mean, I'm really kind of impressed with, she doesn't hardly speak English. And without even thinking, I said, well, BioTouch breaks down all of the barriers because it's a language of love. And he's like, oh, really? Wow. And that's what I said. Oh, really? Yeah, wow. It is, isn't it? It's universal language.
It's a universal language.
Touch.
When you take these 2 fingers and you touch another human being on the skin, that's it. You don't need words.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that today, about the language of BioTouch. BioTouch it's a language that reaches all people, no matter what you speak with the tongue. Mm-hmm. And we did want to share with you a fun little thing. Here's some of the languages we do have in BioTouch, the manual. So this is our Japanese manual. Here is our Danish manual. Let's see. There we go. There's a little word of that. And, of course, here's our Spanish. And here's a fun one, Arabic.
Yeah.
And, of course, what we have is, because of our German publisher, he actually put it in a nice little book, which we hope we can do ourselves. Mm-hmm. And here it is in German.
Wonderful. Yeah, I really like that. That's great. So we have taken care of, just the technicalities of having the manual translated into other languages. But seriously, when we think about that, because we know that when you reach out and touch another human being, there's no need for words. It's, you don't have to say anything. You just have to be present, because it really is a language of the heart and brings us into this relationship. And you don't need a language. You don't. I can't even.
Running out of words.
I'm running out of words to even say what I want to say.
So doing that greeting puts you in that total alignment with someone, and we recognize that separation between individuals just ceases to exist. And so we're able to have a language. We talk to massage therapists. We have the language of research. We have the language, even in a coma, we were able to do BioTouch, and there was a response from people in a coma. They let out this sigh. They know there's another human being there. And that's where healing happens.
I know.
In the presence of other people.
Yeah, each other. Yeah. And, it's interesting when Eileen was saying that she wanted to find a community That's what BioTouch is here to really reconnect us with our community. It's a planetary community that we all belong to. And the power of BioTouch is that it links us, in our vision statement. When we say a chain that will go on indefinitely, that's us.
And that was sort of even in that presentation that I did Wednesday. That it became a common language. I mean, a lot of those people were different professions in the healing arts.
Oh, yes.
And yet BioTouch was a common denominator because it was simple and it was direct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. And they got it.
Yes. And I think everybody gets it. And it doesn't matter whether you speak English or we speak the language that we are teaching. Right. I never felt uncomfortable with Karolina.
No.
It was like I always felt she was getting it. And if I just would look at her, see, if I wasn't afraid, there was a fear thing of, oh my God, is she going to get it? But if I just looked at her, and just even in my English words, she could get it.
She got it. And I think she felt it when she walked into the center those 2 days. It was like she was already a part of our family. I mean, though the hug that woman can give.
Right.
I mean, even one of our other instructors, she's like, wow, hugging her. I said, that is that body to body, touching each other on all those different ways. BioTouch just brings us into a rapport with each other, and it has nothing to do with the language that we speak.
And so it's interesting. One of the languages we talked about was the wow factor.
Oh, yeah. Now that's the language the body speaks within itself.
Right, because this neuroscientist once said that if you want to make changes in the body, mind, spirit connection, and he did research with this, it always happened when you had a wow experience in your life. And because what happens when you have a wow experience, if you think about it, it changes things in the deepest seat of consciousness. So whether it's neurologically or spiritual, whatever happens, he says, and then it percolates from there to start to affect the body and how we think. And he said, if you really want to understand this wow experience, go out there. And we had a table at this conference.
Right.
Get some of that touch they're doing out there.
Well, he got it.
Yeah.
I mean, it even breaks down the barriers of these traditional thinking. You have to see something in that because people get it immediately. It affects them immediately.
And they always have a wow. You could do BioTouch anywhere in the mall. You could do it on the streets. You could do it in a crowded place in the bars. And people, when you're done, they always go, wow. So there's a change.
Yep. That's what it does for us. Wow. And we may not understand it. We don't have to understand it. You don't have to understand the language. You just have to know that something is speaking to us way beyond our limited words. That's one of the things about it. Takes us out of our limitations of needing to say something to each other. Because when we start needing to say things and think things, then we start separating. And BioTouch offers us in the moment a total connection with another person.
So we want to teach you.
Yeah.
So we're going to teach you the heart points.
This set of points may be used for conditions relating to the heart, veins, blood pressure, and circulation. To perform this set, first find hold point X, which is on the breastbone, directly between where the nipples would be on a youth. Another way to find X is by measuring 1/3 of the way up the breastbone from greeting point 1. To address the well-being of the heart, hold X and with the other hand touch points 1 and 2. These points may be found by imagining a line running from the notch at the top of the breastbone to a place on the left breast where the nipple would be on a youth. Divide this diagonal line into thirds. Point 1 is at the top of the first third. Point 2 is at the top of the second third. Veins, blood pressure, and circulation may be addressed by touching point 3 in addition to points 1 and 2. Point 3 is at the soft indentation just above the collarbone, above and to the left of the notch at the top of the breastbone. It is the same as point 1 in step 1 of the metabolism set. Remember to hold each point for at least 6 to 8 seconds.
There you go, another family, father and son, father and daughter.
Yep.
So, very simple. We encourage you all to want to learn BioTouch, whatever language you speak.
Oh, yeah.
And we enjoy these shows and sharing the possibilities of BioTouch in your life. So, give us a call. Go to our website, justtouch.com. You got anything?
Yeah, we're here to remind you all the time that there is an amazing gift waiting for you and to use in your family and with everybody in your life and people who aren't in your life, because BioTouch helps us to step in and have something to share with everybody. So yeah, check us out. Find us. We're easy to find.
JustTouch.com. It says it right there.
Oh,
whoops! What?
Right.
How do they do that?
I don't know. They
Okay.
have to learn it. They go to school.
There
you go.
JustTouch.com.
You
We love you all. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you all next week.
We will. Have a glorious week.
I'll pay. They all do it gladly because they are so sweet. Let's stand.